Good morning, Butterfield Trail Village. Good morning. Merry Christmas. This is a great turnout. So I just have a question. Have you had fun this month? Has it been pretty good? All right. Well, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate your support for the programs and events department, transportation, reception. We've all been honored to serve you, and I just hope that 2025 is a great year. Moving into 2025, I had really hoped that leadership team would be able to come up this morning and sing the Christmas Chipmunk song. But Kevin refused to sing the part of Alvin. So, Patricia, we may need some counseling over the next several months, so we'll be prepared next year. Will that be okay? Okay, I just want to highlight a few things coming in January. I don't know exactly when your schedule calendars will come in, but it's full of things, so no rest for the weary. We're going to have a wonderful program on the Road to Health. It's about the railroad and Eureka Springs. And Mike Seipolt, Nathan's dad, who's a train enthusiast, will be here, and he'll have some great stories and great history to share with you. How many of you have been attending the music class with Dr. Eric Lawrence? Well, you're missing out. I hope that you will look at your calendar and schedule to come the first and third Mondays here in the Performance Hall, because he is going over wonderful music, highlighting composers, their history, and it's not a lot of stuff we know, but I have been just amazed at what he has presented with music and information on the big screen. So he is so excited to be doing this series again in 2025, and I'll hope you support that. Working on a guided tour of the Walton Art Center, meaning behind the scenes. It'll be private, so I hope you'll join us for that. Dr. Jerry Havens has put together a wonderful program on climate change. So that's something I think we'll all find interesting. We're hitting 2 new restaurants in the area for Lunch Bunch and Diners Club. Conifer in Bentonville is a totally gluten-free restaurant, and it is going crazy. They're wonderful. A menu is something people are wanting. And then there's another place, House of 1830, which is a modern Asian restaurant. And I think that'll be full. And of course, they love when big groups come. So I'll make sure you have really good seats for that. And then we have Ben Harris, guitarist and executive director of the North Arkansas Symphony, the Symphony of Northwest Arkansas, coming and performing the blues. How many of you have been interested to see the movie Conclave about the Pope? Well, we'll be showing that here in the month on the big screen, and the popcorn machine will be fired up, thanks to Nathan. I had to reschedule the highlights from our trip to Italy in September, and that's going to be on the schedule at the end of January. And I think you're really going to enjoy that. It was a very special Village Tours trip. And then to end the month, we have a murder mystery dinner theater. And you'll want to get signed up for this. I expect as many people for this as we had for the Christmas party. Maybe not quite that many. But it's going to be fun. It's Murder at the Butterfield Mansion. So I hope you can come enjoy that evening. And I just want to update you that I am interviewing for the Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 full-time receptionist position, and I should have a decision by the end of next week. And thank you for your patience while we've had our part-time people filling in and changing their schedules outside of Butterfield to cover the desk. We appreciate that very much. I do want to do one little thing this morning. With everything that you see on the stage and the lobby, the decor and everything, it's taking my team several hours, several days to put it on for you, which we love doing. But it has been such a privilege and honor to have a resident volunteer help year after year after year to put these things together, put the exclamation point on it. And I want you today to help me recognize Linda Hayes, one of Butterfield's most treasured volunteers. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, well, that's all I had this morning. I'll turn the program over to Patricia, then Joe, then Kevin and Kelly. I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Good morning, everyone. Turn it up just a little bit. Hope you're all doing well this morning. I am just delighted this morning to introduce our new security manager, Jeff Parsons, if you have not already met him. He joined us on Tuesday, so he's like really new, but he seems to be fitting in really well. I've gotten great feedback already from members of the security team and from other employees, so we're delighted to have him. He comes to us with more than 25 years of corporate experience and leadership in all areas of safety management, risk management, training, claims management, regulatory compliance, and environmental management. And he's experienced in program development, organizational design, strategic planning, and safety policy and program development. And he is also certified in CPR and first aid. So we're expecting really great things from him and going to really keep him busy. And I'm going to let him take the mic and tell you a little bit about himself.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Just want to say good morning, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I want to thank each and every person that has stopped me when I've been lost in the hallways and helped me get back to the lobby. I'm still trying to get that branded into my brain about the different facilities in the building, but it's a beautiful community here filled with beautiful people. I look forward to working with you, helping you, anything I can do. Feel any moment, any time to reach out to me. If I'm not here, please leave me a note, a voicemail, and I promise you I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, thank you so much for letting me be part of your family.
Thank you, Jeff. Kevin had asked me to introduce our social work team that many people didn't either know who they were or maybe what they did. So we're going to just give you a quick overview of what we do. But the first one I'd like to introduce is Cindy Maddox. Cindy is our Healthcare Center social worker, and she's actually been with us since 2018, and she may be the one that you see the least because she's back in healthcare. But she is the social worker for residents that are in healthcare, special care, and assisted living. Cindy?
Pull the mic down for me. Good morning. I am Cindy, the Healthcare Center social worker. I obtained my social work degree at the University of Arkansas, and I have been a licensed social worker for 23 years. I have a diverse background, but I've been at Butterfield serving residents for 6.5 years in healthcare, special care, and assisted living, as Patricia said. I am part of the interdisciplinary team, which consists of nursing staff, dietary staff, activity staff, and therapies. And together we create comprehensive care plans which are unique to each individual residents who come into healthcare because we want to provide the best care for their physical health and mental health while they are with us. And I am just very thankful to be part of the Butterfield family for 6.5 years and counting. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Next is Heather Edge. Heather is our resident social worker, and she's been with us since May of 2023. She primarily works with residents who are in transition of some type, either to and from the hospital, to and from healthcare, moving to AL. And so she's dealing with the folks primarily that are moving around to one level of care or another. So Heather, come and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Good morning, Butterfield. So there are a lot of very familiar faces that I see, and to everybody who's watching, good morning. So yes, I am the resident social worker, so I mainly work with everybody on the independent living side who are coming into assisted living, into healthcare. If that's temporary going into healthcare, then I will work with you. If you are at the hospital, I try to do my best to make sure to go to the hospitals and visit with you. and your care team at the hospital to make sure that you have the right discharge plan, whether that's to go back to your home, if you need to come to healthcare for a short stay, then I also do that. And so I'm kind of that connection between you and Cindy and the healthcare team back there. I'm trying to think what else I do. A lot of the parties, lots of parties. So, again, the sock hop that we had this year, which was very successful. Thank you for that. And to put it on your calendar for 2025, since we are looking ahead, it's going to be on September 19th for the sock hop next year. So again, order those poodle skirts. Get those done early. So let's see. Anything else I need to talk about? All right. Thank you very much.
And my title is Senior Director of Resident Services, but I'm essentially the social worker for those of you in independent living. I do help people in healthcare once in a while, like with their prescription Part D, updating that every year. So sometimes they reach out to me, but I'm just going to list a few of the things that I do within my job. I work with resident care with the nurse to do our physician assessment reviews and probably everyone in here, I did yours before you became a resident. So basically, you have to get through me to become a resident. And then I assist residents with insurance issues, billing problems, helping fill out forms, just many and varied things. Also conduct meetings with residents and families. Just had one yesterday with the family. As things progress and there become health problems and issues come up, sometimes families will reach out to me or residents will reach out to me, and I work with Heather on that as well, especially if it's going to be resulting in a transition to healthcare or assisted living. I monitor and coordinate the move-out process for the independent living unit. So you may see me walking into an apartment after somebody's moved out, and I'm going in checking, making sure they got everything out, because sometimes things are missed. And then also from the healthcare center, and not the healthcare center, but for the AL. And I send letters to the families to tell them what to do, how to vacate those units and so forth. I also maintain the wait list for in-house moves. So if that's something you ever want, I'm the one that you come to, not marketing. So I maintain the list and monitor the process and assist as I'm able to. I co-facilitate with Heather a monthly caregiver support group meeting. I also facilitate a new resident group meeting every month. I'm responsible for everything to do with any of the emotional support animals that are on campus, the initial application, approval, making sure I've got all the documentation I need, making sure that rabies shots are updated and that sort of thing. Along with Heather, we also supervise interns from the University of Arkansas that are social work majors. And so you will often see us with somebody really young. Well, not always. Sometimes they're older, but most of the time they're pretty young, and they're working on their social work degree. I oversee the Care Companion program with HR, and those are individuals that work privately for you here at Butterfield, and we just make sure that they are up to date on TB tests and flu shots and background checks and all those things to make sure that they are safe to have on our campus for you. And I'm also responsible and have failed miserably this year in updating the resident handbook. It's been a really busy year, so I apologize to you for not getting that updated this year, but I do have that to get done the first quarter of this coming year, so hopefully you'll be seeing that really soon. I also supervise Heather. I also supervise our security manager, and I write lots of memos and send out lots of telegrams and probably annoy you sometimes with all of those, but I'm happy to be here. I've been here 19 and a half years the end of this month, so I decided I like it and I'm going to stay. And in fact, you're probably going to have trouble getting rid of me. So you know where to find me. You can call me, text me, email me, come to my office. I'm usually pretty easy to find. But do you have any questions for me before I sit down? Oh, wow, we must. Yes, ma'am. She's asking how often the new directories come out, and they are done quarterly. And we'll have another one out for the beginning of January, correct, Ricky? Mm-hmm. Anything else? Did you want to say something? Okay. Heather decided she wanted to add something. Everybody?
So sorry. When Patricia started talking about the new resident group and the caregiver support group, I forgot, I'm so sorry, that starting in January, the BT Lifespans is going to start a new series. And so this will be the BTV Lifespan series. It's going to be a 12-month drop-in open group. So you do not need to sign up for this, but it will be in the Villa Room the second Tuesday of every month from 2 to 3. And we're just going to talk about different perspectives of care through the lifespan, cover a variety of topics that might be of interest to you. This is also open to Carriage Club members if they would like to attend. But the first topic in January is going to be It's a Great Day to Live at Butterfield Trail Village. So we're going to be exploring different hobbies and interests of our current residents and some things that I have discovered that are of interest and hobbies to other people that maybe we can bring on board, like professional duck herding. So I look forward to everybody coming to the meetings. So, and I'm always available to answer questions about the series as well. Thank you.
Morning, I'm Joe Permy, Senior Director of Capital Projects and Facilities. Just wanted to take a couple minutes and express appreciation and thanks for your patience and understanding, specifically with work orders. We know at times you may call, have to leave a voicemail or miss, or you have a 2 to 3 week wait list, which is getting shorter for certain items. But with that understanding and appreciating it, it's easier if you understand the process. So I'll just cover the process very briefly. For instance, with work orders, in November, we had 866 work orders. Here's where the process gets busy. So in receiving those work orders, they're either phone calls, voicemails, called in over the radio that's located at the front desk. Once they're received, Lacey has the task of prioritizing it, looking at the workload of the techs, looking at the current appointments, deciding if it's something that comes up to John or I, or if it needs a third-party vendor, an outside vendor, and then getting that assigned and arranged for them to take care of. Now, after she spends all that time doing that, all the emergency calls come in, and she has to reorganize the order of when they're done, change appointments, redirect the guys, see who can go to it. So it's constant change, turnover. In a day, she gets at times 50-plus phone calls that she's on to take. And then in addition to that, she's checking vendors in and out as they come, because we give them a tag, we give them a fob, a key. Some are escorted. She also, if you notice, have had any safe work done. Our policy is that John, Cody, or myself and her, 2 of us, because it's at times you have valuables in there, come. So that there's always 2, and it's upper ones from the office doing that. So she'll be pulled out for that. She does inventory. She has other office responsibilities and meetings. And she's had PTO yesterday and today. So just a lot going on, a lot happening. If you've been out to the office, you may have noticed the door is locked to residents. It's staff only. That has helped. Not as many walk-ins, not as many distractions. We're continuing to strive to improve the process. Always know if you can't get a hold of Lacey, you can call John. I'm hard to get a hold of, so I would recommend calling John, or the front desk. Because if it's an emergency, the front desk can get on the radio and call it in if we're distracted or have other things going on. Also, after hours, call the front desk. That will roll over to security if the front desk is not here. So that's your backup on the front desk. Again, appreciate your patience and your understanding. I hope that overview helps you see kind of everything that's going on and involved in processing your work order, which we want to do and we enjoy doing. It's frustrating for us at times that we can't get to them as quickly as we'd like also. So I hope that helps. Have a great day.
All right, good morning. You just heard from me Monday night, and we went through a lot more detail than we'll go through today. A few things I wanted to update from Monday night. The elevator, of course, the northeast elevator is still the elevator that will be replaced, and they're working on it now. They're waiting on a wiring harness still. The number two is the north elevator in the north atrium. That elevator has been ordered, and that will be the second elevator to get put in. And as you know, we have the southwest elevator now is acting up. So if we have to add that to the capital projects for 2025, we will. If it goes out, if this continues to be a problem, if we can't find the soundboard, we had it on our budget for 2026, but if we need to bump it up to 2025, we will. Which means in order to stay within our approved budget, something will have to move from 2025 to 2026 to make up for the $140,000 that additional elevator will cost. So just keep that in mind, and I'll keep you updated on that. The flowers that I couldn't think of were periwinkles. They're planting periwinkles out there. So I had someone ask me about that. And the gate entrance, we ordered, or we got a quote on a new board for it. And before we replace the current one, we wanted to make sure this board does everything we need it to do, so we don't replace it and then in another 3 or 4 or 5 years have to do it again. So we've got the first quote on the first board, and we are waiting and make sure that is the right one before we replace it again, because we don't want to do things twice. So I had someone ask me about that, why haven't we fixed that gate yet? And I mentioned that Monday night, but I just want to clarify that. We do have a quote. We're waiting to make sure that is the correct item that we need for what you need to get in and out of the facility. So just an update too, we talked about the first quarter projects. You'll see the foundation and erosion at the cottages being addressed, the healthcare sinks, and elevator number 2 are the first things on for 2025. Another thing I wanted to mention was the merchandise in the general store. If you need Butterfield Trail Village merchandise, be sure and go to the general store and purchase your hats, scarves, and we have shirts. We'll have shirts in there eventually. So, and one last thing Kim asked me to mention, the Christmas purse donation forms are at the front desk. And if you want it on your monthly statement, be sure and pick up one of those forms. Did I say that correctly? That's good. Okay. And Kelly has worked very hard to put something together for you for the end of the year, so I'm going to let her present that.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kelly Sire. I'm the Director of Marketing. And I got to thinking as I've been looking through all of the photographs and things that have been taken over the course of the year and thinking about the unbelievable amount of work that the programs and events team puts into making a year really special for Butterfield residents. I started thinking maybe it would be nice to do a little recap of all of this and just a little bit of a reminder of all of the smiles and happiness and love and support that flows through this place. It's easy to get mired in the day-to-day and the things that, we have to focus on, just in the little ongoing aspects of life. And so I wanted to put together something that was kind of in mass what we've been up to for the past year and to remind us just what a special community this is. So what you're going to see is resident focused. It's going to show adventures that you've been on, it's parties you've come to, just fellowship and fun. And I tried to get as many people into this video as I possibly could. I know there will be people who are missed and you won't see your pictures, but just know that all of you in some way or another are reflected in this, even if you don't see your face in it. We know you were there and we know that you were a part of it. So I'm going to let Nathan roll about a 10.5-minute little photo video and hope that you enjoy it and use this as our way of saying Merry Christmas and thank you for everything you do. Thanks.
Wonderful job, Kel. Thank you so much for doing that. All right, with that, we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and y'all have a great weekend, and we appreciate you. Thank you.